Hello everyone and welcome to episode 20 of Completionist Progress. While episode 19 was released in 2019, this is actually the first episode to be recorded in 2019, and unfortunately I'm starting off the year a little sick, so that's great. But I do have a few things to go over at the start of this episode before we get into it. The first is you might notice that the screen looks a little different. I changed the size I'm recording at so the interfaces should look a little bigger. If this isn't popular, I can change it back in future episodes, but I feel this looks better and is the best I can do until we get scalable interfaces, so I'm going to be rolling with it for now. And I also want to reflect a bit on the past year. Previously I did it for the last 10 episodes, this time it's the last 9 episodes, but well, it's what I could do. But in the past year, I managed to get a fire cape, I got 5 99s, and I maxed out my player-owned house, as you can see here with the crystal thrones that I built in the last episode. So it wasn't the stuff I wanted to do, or not all the stuff I want to do. Like, I've been wanting to get a diary cape for years, but that still didn't happen. But hopefully we can get to some of the stuff I didn't get to in 2018 and 2019. And another thing I wanted to mention, agility. So part of the reason I didn't get 99 agility last year is because the collection log came out and it needs 800 agility arena tickets for one of the items. So that kind of ruined my chance of trying to get that in 2018, but it is one of my top goals of 2019. And one other thing I want to do, since we're in my player-owned house, I think I did this last year, was go over my adventure log, and more specifically the boss logs and slayer log. So I reset these at the start of every year. So I killed a good bit of basilisks, not that much actually, I didn't really hunt the head that hard. So we can reset that. I did a decent bit of brine rest trying to get the brine saber for the log. I don't know why I killed 2 blood velds. That's very strange. I did some zygomites with Fossil Island, I think. Cave horrors, not sure why. But yeah, I'll actually go through and reset the rest of these after this clip. But I mainly camped a lot of Abyssal Demons because I've been trying to get the head. And also Spiritual Mages for Wilderness Slayer and some other ones here and there. I did some necks on a Slayer task once, and so on. But yeah, also a lot of Riddleback Dragons, and a decent bit of Revenants too. But if we look at the boss log, this is the one I'm more interested in. So I didn't do much with God of War's dungeon. I did kill a decent bit though. I did some duos with Grador, that's why that one's so high. I did a lot of DKs, because I love doing that as a Slayer task. A decent bit of progress on them all, but still pretty far from the pet. A lot of KBD, a decent bit of KQ. A good bit of the wilderness bosses, really, so far from what I have gotten as tasks. No Chaos Elemental, though, that's a little surprising. Let's see. I still haven't killed any Corp. That's something I do want to change this year. A good bit of Zora. My first Jads. A decent bit of Wintertide, especially because those were high point games. A good bit of Grotesque Guardians, and all the Vorkath. So I'll be resetting these logs after this clip, just so you don't have to watch me resetting them all now. But some of my goals for 2019, in the description I actually have a year review for 2018, which goes over what my goals were for that, what goals I achieved, what goals I didn't achieve, and my new plans for 2019. But a highlight of some of them, I do want to get 99 agility. I do want to get maxed combat, including prayer. 126, all the combat's 99, which is a bit ambitious, but I think I can do it. I would like to get the diary cape, because we only have the one task here, and then the Kebos diary coming out. And I also would like to get 90 plus in all skills, which I'm not that far from, but, well, these can take a good bit of time. I already began Slayer, though. And I'd also like to get the Champion's Cape and a lot of gear upgrades. But like I said, in the description, you should see the document for all that stuff if you want to get this in more detail. But I think I already rambled long enough for the start of this episode and start of this year. So now let's get into some actual progress. And to start things off, we have 96 agility coming in right about now. There we go, so only a couple more levels to go. Hopefully this is one of the earlier goals I can knock out this year, and also I didn't really explain well of why it got delayed, but the reason the Pirate Hook delays 99 agility is because I want to get the tickets from Brimhaven before I get 99, so I'm not doing Brimhaven post 99, so yeah. Something I've been working on in the background is stocking up on giant keys and mossy keys, and the reason is because if you look here in the collection log, there are entries for, well, there's Bryophyta, and then down here there's Obor. and they each only have one drop that's, I forget if it's like 200 and some or 100 and some. Either way, it takes a while or a good bit of keys to get them. But I want to start working on this because these are very easy logs to complete if I manage to get the rare drop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use all the keys and then have a clip at the end showing you what I got rather than showing a clip each kill. Unless I get the rare drop, then I'll have a clip right away. But yeah, I'm going to go use these keys now and hopefully we can knock out the rare drop sooner than later. If not, well, I'll have to grind more keys later. And that is all the keys. I did manage to get a key drop as well, so I actually did 8 kills. And I actually forgot to drop the giant head 100% of the time. But yeah, 8 kills. I didn't get the club, but I did get around 200k in loot, and for how quick I killed it, that's not terrible. Also, the giant club is 1 in 118, so not really common, but because it also will drop extra keys, I want to try working out every time I get like 10 keys or so, just so I don't get way more keys than I need. And here's the loot from 9 Braille Feta kills, because I also got an extra key drop here. Fortunately, I didn't have any luck with the Essence, which is also 1 in 118 here, but I did manage to get an attack level for 97 attack, which gave me 122 combat. Quick little update for Wilderness Slayer. I got to 150 tasks, which means I now got a good point bonus and a lot of points in total, but that is still only a third into the current grind, because before I just did 50 or streaks of 50 at a time, but this time I'm still going for the full 250, and oh boy, that's going to take a while. While I usually only show clues if I get something good, while doing Wilderness Slayer I end up getting a medium, elite, and a hard clue, so I decided to cash in for a master clue, and I thought that was worth recording regardless of what I get. And about average. But I also got another hard clue, and that is also about average. So right after finishing those clues, I was trying to sort some stuff in the bank and decided to move the Ensouled Dragon heads back to the drop tab, but while trying to find a spot for them, I noticed I have 23 mystery boxes saved up, and I've been saving them because I want to open them to try and get a stale baguette. But if you look in here, come on, open. I think it's in miscellaneous. They did add the stale baguette, right? Or was it in random events? Yeah, random events. The stale baguette's the only item I'm missing here. So, why not just open them now? And, oh, I was gonna say, there is also a chance to get more clue scrolls. So, we didn't get lucky on the clues, but maybe we can... Wow. So that is 1 in 256, and normally that's not a super rare drop, but because of how rare these boxes are, that's pretty rare. And I got a medium clue. And... I mean, overall, these boxes kind of aren't that great, but... Casket. I honestly did not expect absolutely nothing twice in a row. A hard clue. But yeah, I just completed the random event. I honestly cannot say I actually expected to get the stale baguette. Like, I knew I had a pretty decent chance in all those boxes, but wow. That was really lucky. I guess that makes up for the bad clue luck, or average clue luck, and I now have another 3 clues to do, so, I guess I'll have caskets for that soon. I may or may not have tried to open these caskets in my player-owned house, but, let's just open them now. The easy is... Oh, a bucket helm. Well, that is something. Oh, a strength MET, and for the hard, not much. You have no idea how hard it was to record this clip. There is 89 Slayer. And the reason I'm here with broken cannon messages in my chat is because I was killing black demons at the Rev Caves with a chain mace at first, because with a cannon and chain mace there, it is actually a really good task of how much they drop mysterious emblems. I got 1. And the thing is, as soon as I got to Rev Caves to start this task, a team just piled me right away, and I didn't react quick enough to teleport out with the Grand Seed Pod. So I lost a good bit of cannonballs rather than ether. So I switched to the whip because I was like, okay, if teams are this common here, because it's still a few days before Kebos right now. People are boosting Wilderness, or using Wilderness Slayer to point boost, or to stockpile points for the Hydra. So I feel like there's going to be a lot more clans, especially in places like Rev Caves where people are doing Wilderness Slayer, or at least for a popular task like that one. And yeah, since after the first death there, I went back a few more times, playing a bit more safe, out with the whip, so I risk a bit less. I was attacked twice. I was like, okay, I'm only a few black demons from the level, and I actually ran out of cannonballs. I was like, okay, I'll just, kill a few and record it. I almost got TB, teleport out. Go back, I was like, okay, now I only need 2 more black demons. And then the team came again, teleported out. I'm like, I'm just gonna kill him here for now. I might go back and try that maybe on a different world or such, but I don't know, it's really packed there now. But one other thing I did want to mention, I know this is a bit of a long clip, but so I'm 89 Slayer. It was recently revealed, or the diary list for Kebos was recently revealed, and the task is not kill an alchemical Hydra, it is kill a Hydra. The Hydras can be killed off task according to the devlog, so that means I should be able to boost it from 90 with a pi. So I might try and get 90 before Kebos, but we'll see how well that goes because I don't have a lot of time and Wilderness Slayer is not very fast experience. While this isn't helping my chances of getting 90 Slayer in time for Kebos, I finally found a Venenatus method I can do for Wilderness Slayer tasks, or at least that I enjoy and would want to do. And while doing that, I got a Dragon Pickaxe! On like my 3rd kill of this method, or this task. So, well, we might have another Callisto task on our hands, or maybe it'll just be the one, who knows. Yep, I have just as good a Ven luck as Callisto luck, it seems. Another deep pick already. It is a decent bit into the task now, though, or on the later half of the task, but I don't know, still time for another deep pick and 2 rings or something crazy like that, and just in general, just getting even 1 pickaxe in the KC I got was lucky. 2 was just absurd, and I also got a ton of Onyx Bolt tips on top of that, so at the end I'll try and do a price check. While doing Venenass, I got an elite clue, so I traded for a master and kept on killing Venenass. Then I got another elite clue, so I decided I better do them before finishing the task, and from the master clue we get... not too much, but from the elite clue... And there is the Venenass task completed with an extra kill because I had supplies. It wasn't quite as good as Callisto, but I'm still really glad that I found a method that I could do and enjoy for Venenatus because the chain race didn't work and I didn't really want to do like the safe spotting method, so I'm glad I found a way to use the Slayer Helm and still get to kill it reasonably. And I haven't price checked this yet, but yeah, that's about what I expected. That Snapdragon is actually the last drop on task here. And, yeah, 2 Dragon Pickaxes, which is absurdly lucky, a bunch of Onyx Bolt Tips, Snapdragon, and a bunch of other loot. And also, just to see, what's my next task? Oh, Chaos Druids. I do need the Chaos Druid drops for the collection log. I did get 2 hoods a while back, but that was before the collection log. So, I don't know, it's back to trying to grind a 90 Slayer, though, until I get another boss task. Well, as you can see, I decided to sell some stuff like my Pegasians, Fury, Dragon Pickaxe, and such, and I did this because not long after the last clip, I got another Venenass test, this time for even more kills. So I decided, if I'm going to keep doing these Venenass tasks, I should get a crossbow. I hope I don't regret this purchase, but it should speed up the Venenass tasks a lot. I've only done a few inventories for the crossbow, but it is working phenomenally. The last inventory went so well, I actually ran out of ether because I got so many kills. And I also managed to get a Dragon 2-hander sword, which isn't a really great drop, but I'm noting it only because it's my first one since the collection log came out, and that's in a lot of collection logs like Callisto, Vedion, Venenatus, KQ. So now it's going to be marked off all of them, and I probably won't know it again in the future. Unfortunately, the Dragon 2-hander was the only unique I got that task, but here's the task done with all the loot, at least what I could find. I kind of had to estimate from the runes, but even without uniques, this still was a very profitable task, and well worth getting the crossbow. Can't say I expected this. I guess this is why you always do those medium clues from Ice Warrior tasks. And also, Holy Sandals are worth a ton at the moment because of the upgrade coming with Kebos in a few days. So, yeah, this is a really profitable clue. And following that medium, we have another master clue, and it is what you'd expect. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to call this episode here. Rather than cramming Kebos on the tail end of this episode, I decided to put this episode out a bit earlier and make it a bit shorter, so next episode can start focusing just on Kebos stuff from the start. And I am actually planning that this weekend I'll do an Exploring Kebos video, and then in the next week or so, whenever it's ready, there'll be the next progress episode focused solely on Kebos. But the reason this is so unfortunate, if you remember a few episodes back, on episode 15, I noticed there's a pet pattern where I got a pet on episode 5, 10, and then 15. this is episode 20. So, if the pattern held up, I should have got a pet, but it just didn't happen. Maybe it didn't happen because I rushed a bit to get this out before Kebos. I don't know. I did try doing, agility, clues, wilderness bosses, but I didn't get a pet, and I really don't want to just try forcing a pet just to keep the pattern going. So, like I said, unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it here. I need to get this out still today, and then in the next episode, we'll have Kebos. So hopefully you guys are excited for that, because I know I'm very excited to see all the stuff in Kebos tomorrow. And yeah, and with that, I'd like to say thank you for watching, and goodbye.